Hey guys, welcome to another video. This one's going to be a bit more of a quick one. I'm just going to share 6 applications that I use on a day-to-day basis. These usually help me be a little bit more productive as well as also keep myself kind of organized. So yeah, in no particular order, I guess I'll start the list off. So the first one that I'm going to talk about is an application called Rectangle. One thing that I really miss when I switched from Windows about like 4 or 5 years ago is the ability to be able to just split windows between your screens so easily and effortlessly. And doing it on doing it on Mac is really cumbersome and honestly a lot more difficult than it should be. So using Rectangle allows me to split my apps into split screen modes as I want and a lot more effectively and also time effectively. And you can also set up keybinds and like keyboard macros to also go ahead and just use your keyboard to do the same things, so if you're into that. The next application I'd like to talk about is Visual Studio Code. VS Code is what I use as my primary IDE and text editor. I like how lightweight it is, and it kind of puts you in the power of how much more additions you want on top of the IDE through their like extensive extension library. I also like how easily the project explorer is laid out, so it's very easy for you to find your files. And especially when you're dealing with merge conflicts, the inbuilt Git support that VS Code has is, I feel, very unparalleled to a lot of modern IDEs. And it also has a pretty good terminal inbuilt into it, and you can start multiple terminal sessions and move them around within the window itself pretty easily as well. So yeah, I guess that would be my second choice. The third application I'd like to talk about is this app called Amphetamine, and no, not the drug, but especially if you're working on a lot of stuff and then let's say you just want to have like a build running in the background, or you're connected to some type of server remotely. Amphetamine does a good job of basically keeping your keeping your desktop active. So if you need to step away for some reason, your computer isn't going to lock itself out from just being on some kind of sleep timeout. And Amphetamine is really good in the sense you can set up a time for how long you want this to be active. So you can do it by hours, minutes, or you can just leave it on indefinitely. And it just slots right into your system tray pretty well as well. So yeah. The next two utilities I'm going to talk about are more so related to two I/O devices I have. So the first one is going to be the Stream Deck. Now, Stream Deck's control center allows you to kind of go ahead and basically program what each of the tiles on the Stream Deck are going to do. So that's pretty useful, especially if I need to edit or modify some of those tiles frequently. It's usually nice to have that. And another reason why I really like using Visual Studio is because one of the extensions that you can download is actually to integrate VS Code with your Stream Deck. So I've set up a few macros that would automatically just run terminal actions on VS Code, and that's pretty helpful for me. The next one is actually going to be the control software for the Logitech mouse. If you have ever used like the trackpad on the MacBook, or like even use like the Magic trackpad that you can buy from Apple as an external peripheral, you'll know that the gesture support that they have is like really, really good. And this kind of lets you use your mouse in the same way. In fact, this button on the side, you can map it to do all of the same swipe actions that are used on that are basically used on the trackpad. And it's just as efficient and seamless as using the trackpad. So I find that as a very great productivity tool. And then the last one is just an app that kind of keeps me organized and also helps to keep my workspace a little, on the computer at least, the workspace a little uncluttered. It's this application called Hidden Bar, which will take all of the icons that you can use that are put in the system tray at the top near the clock behind a hidden area so that it keeps the entire space uncluttered when you close it out. And it helps to keep everything looking really minimal and clean. But yeah, I guess that pretty much does it for this video. These are just like 6 tiny little tools that I use on a daily basis that have helped me be pretty organized. This is kind of more of a quick video. I also didn't have as much time this week to record one. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cool, see ya.